If you've been applying and interviewing, but you're still getting passed over on school leadership roles that you desire, you're not alone. But before you give up, here are 3 truths that you need to hear that just might reignite your fire and drive to lead. What's going on, aspiring school leader? I am Dr. Donovan Smalls II, educator, best-selling author, school leadership coach, and today's topic is before you give up on leadership. 3 hard truths every aspiring school leader must hear. Now, as we begin to come to the end of hiring season as it relates to you becoming a school leader, and some of you as teachers are transitioning into the school year within the next couple of weeks, I understand how frustrating it could be because you anticipated landing your first leadership role this summer. You were truly getting ready to step into a new building or step into the same building with an elevated position. I understand how discouraging that can be. However, I want you to understand that there are things you need to learn about leadership roles, right? A lot of it has to do with timing. Some of it has to do with the politics within your district. There are many things that you just don't have control over. However, you do have control over some things as it relates to your preparation, your networking, just you being ultimately prepared with your cover letter, your resume, getting the coaching and mentorship that you need, making the right connections, all matter. But today I want to talk about 3 hard truths that you must hear to give you a level of encouragement and motivation as you gear toward this upcoming school year so that you do not quit on your leadership dream. I get it. You are ready to be a school leader and you have what it takes, but sometimes you have to reconsider or consider the fact that it just might not be your time yet. So as we get into our 3 hard truths, our first one, our truth number 1 is your growth is happening even if the title isn't. So just because you don't have the title yet, I don't want you to think that it's time to stop growing as a leader because your time is coming. You're developing as a leader, and you have to realize that leadership is influence, not position. So continue to develop your influence, continue to develop your skills, to continue to develop and invest in yourself so that you are ready when that position does come, because it is coming. And that's one of the things that we don't have control over. It's time. You don't control the time of your promotion and your elevation, but you only can control your preparation. You're building grit, emotional intelligence, and vision. Things that no job description can fully measure. And so as you continue to develop that level of resilience that is needed when you become a school leader, it's going to show once you land that first leadership role. Delay does not mean denial. So I know that some of you are probably considering, man, is leadership actually for me? Am I ever going to land that first leadership role? It's been months, it's been years. And you are, but sometimes it's about timing. It's about you continuing to grow. And I want you to remember that growth is happening even if you do not have the title yet. As we gear toward number 2, the right role takes the right timing. And I've been talking about this through this entire episode. You might be ready, but the right fit may still be aligning. What I've learned is that a lot of times the place of our leadership and where we are going to essentially be needs to be ready for who we are. And sometimes that takes time for the district to change, to mindsets to change, for communities to change, for you to step in and for that community to be ready for who you are. And so the place actually matters. Sometimes you might want to be in the same district that you've been teaching for 10, 15 years, and you just want to elevate into a school leadership role. But sometimes you never know. The district might not actually favor that because of the relationships that have already been established among adults. Sometimes that's not the best opportunity for you because the adults that you have been friends with for years might not necessarily see you as a leader when you step into that role. Sometimes it's best to leave, depending on the context, right? I'm not saying that for every opportunity, but it does happen where it might be best for you to actually go to a district that they're unfamiliar with who you are, but that they can see the potential in you leading that school community. And so don't be so quick to just be married to the district that you have been in for so long. Broaden your horizon. Get outside of your comfort zone. Apply to different areas because guess what? Sometimes we're so committed to tenure that we have developed and established in a particular district, but you have to remember that tenure is going to start over once you become a school leader. So you might have tenure, you might be a tenured teacher for the last 12 to 15 years, but when you step into a school leadership role, that tenure starts over. And so I don't want you to be married to tenure. I want you to be focused on your purpose and where you actually should be. The right role takes the right timing. You're not behind. You're being prepared for a placement that matches your values, voice, and vision. Truth be told, you might be in your district as a teacher, but when you become a leader, you're going to have a new voice. You're going to have a new vision. And that district might not necessarily know the values that you're going to lead from. And so you want to do your research on different districts that might have opportunities where you might not have even looked at. You might not even consider the district next door, but their values in terms of you as a leader, because it's very different from you as a leader and a teacher, might actually align better with your leadership disposition. So don't limit yourself based on where you currently are as a teacher. Broaden your horizon. That might be best for you. Think about the leaders that you admire. Their path probably isn't linear, and yours might not be either. So again, the right role takes the right timing. Consider that. We do not control the timing, but I want you to also realize and recognize the fact that your opportunity might not be where you currently are. Are you willing to move? And lastly, our third truth is you're not chasing a job. You're answering a calling. When it comes to leadership and being a school leader, it is truly, I believe, a call toward leadership. This is not something that you are chasing in terms of just trying to increase your salary. This is a leadership opportunity, an opportunity for you to actually create change. If leadership is on your heart, don't let the system make you forget why you started. When you become a school leader, this is you taking a leap into a journey of creating change, a journey of decision making, a journey of being able to handle the weight of other people's problems that you are going to be hired to help solve. You have to be ready for all of that. And on those days where you don't feel like leading, you still have to show up. Those days where you feel like sleeping in, you still have to show up. Those days where you are tired, you can't show it on your face. There's a level of leadership that you need to be able to show at all times. And are you ready for that? Are you ready to carry yourself in a way that handles the weight of leadership? I need you to do some self-reflection on that, because this is truly what I believe is a calling toward leadership. This isn't just something that we're chasing in terms of a job. Like, you are somebody that is called to serve other people. You are somebody that is called to transform environments. Can you be salt in places where there needs to be a change? Can you be light in a place of darkness? Can you be someone that is going to truly inspire and invigorate other people's, even though you might not feel that way? That's what leadership is about. So if you want to lead, you have to understand the true disposition in terms of where you're coming from. Your why is going to anchor you during your wait, because it's easy to give up. It's easy to say that leadership isn't for me. It's easy to be married to the district that you're in and not want to explore new opportunities, not even realizing that you exploring new opportunities is truly the difference maker. It can be for some of you. So stay committed. Reconnect with your why. Continue to be patient. And I know that you might not like hearing that, but again, you do not control the timing. So today we talked about 3 hard truths every aspiring school leader must hear, because I don't want you to give up on your leadership journey. And those 3 hard truths, number 1 was your growth is happening even if the title isn't. It's not always about the title. It's about your growth toward getting to where you want to be. Focus on the growth. The title is coming. Number 2, the right role takes the right timing. We don't control the timing. You may be ready, but the right fit has to align. And lastly, you're not chasing a job. You're answering a calling. I'm a true believer that leadership is a calling. And are you ready to answer that call? If this episode spoke to you, I'd like to walk alongside you. Visit my website, DonovanSmalls2.com/coaching to learn more about my 4-week Elevate Your Impact coaching program, where I help aspiring school leaders get interview ready and leadership confident in just 30 days. And if you haven't already, hit follow, subscribe, and share this episode with another educator who you know needs to hear this message. I want to continue to encourage you along your journey, give you the motivation that you need on a weekly basis that's going to allow you to continue to keep going, strive toward your leadership journey, and confidently land your first leadership role. As always, I hope you have a great week of teaching, leading, and learning. Take care.